Welcome back, Santa Clarita. You're watching The Real Estate Beat with Mr. Mike Meena and Gene Bleeker, and we are so glad that you're watching The Beat because it's been a great show and it's going to get even better. Mike, who's next on the lineup?
Guliana Albi from REMAX.
I love my Albi.
Thanks, guys. Nice to be here.
Thanks for getting on the show. I mean, you're a busy woman, so this must be big to get her on
Always
the show.
Always time for you.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think we could get her
Always
on, but we did.
time for you.
For you, she said. I don't think she said me.
She looked at you, but I think she was talking to me.
So let's stop with this kind of stuff and start with you. Tell us a little bit about you. What about your background that we need to know?
Nice.
Okay. I have been living in Santa Clarita for over 20 years, and I absolutely love it. Raised my daughter here. It's an amazing place to raise children. Very, very happy with that decision to move out here. I got into real estate 16 years ago as a full-time agent, and I did it a little differently than most of the other agents that we know in the area, because I started with new construction. I worked with builders. So some of the larger builders in the areas, I would sell developments for them or neighborhoods for them.
You have to be very good in sales to work for a builder.
It was great. Yes, it's very hard to get into that line of work, and it's every day. You are selling every single day. So it gave me a lot of experience with buyers and their needs, their wants, their desires. And now, as I move forward into resale, or as I moved into resale, I took my knowledge of new construction, how to show people how homes are built, how to discuss new home purchase contracts with them, new home warranties. I took all of that with me. So now I'm able to share that with my resale clients as well.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
So you work with buyers and sellers now, or how do you do that?
I do. I work primarily with buyers, but I do work with both buyers and sellers. And I've found that something that's really key is communication and education. So even if I'm working with someone who's told me they bought or sold a property previously,
sure,
I'm still going to run through the whole process with them. So I know that they understand what's going to be happening. It alleviates confusion, it alleviates fear, to kind of go through the entire steps of the process.
Kind of lets them know about your working process as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then they can remember, oh yeah, I remember you told me that. Right. That might happen, or that was the next step that was going to occur. So that really works out well. The other thing is setting expectations. If I have a client that is unrealistic in what they're expecting out in the marketplace, then it's up to me to provide the service to them to explain that this is what the current market is. In order to be competitive, these are the things you need to do. I'm not offering them good service if I don't do that.
Right, yeah, too often clients go in and they want a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house for $185,000, and you're like, it's just not going to happen.
Absolutely, and sometimes you have to slowly guide them to understanding that. So patience is key.
So how do you feel about the current market? Where do you feel it's going?
I think the current market is interesting, because we're at a point in time where there's a few more homes on the market than we had previously. So statistics, a couple years ago we had 200 to 300 on the market. Now we're somewhere between 500 and 600 on the market. What that means is a buyer has a chance to actually go see a property and put in an offer before it's sold.
Right.
And that was what wasn't happening before. We had multiple offers. You couldn't even get in the door before the house was gone.
And it's kind of nice not having that frenzy in the market anymore. So you can actually tell a buyer, to look at the house and
please take your time. Let's
take
take
your
it.
time.
Not hurry up. We got to go write the offer right now.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Good for you.
Yeah. The other thing is we have a little bit of room to negotiate. So a little bit possibly on price, depending on the property, or closing costs, right, which is something we didn't have. And then on the flip side for sellers, the values have gone up in their homes. So they're not upside down anymore on their
right,
mortgages. So when they sell that house, they can pull out that money and they can put it into either moving up or moving down. And because there's more homes on the market, they actually have somewhere to go.
It is nice, and we've seen a lot of sellers lately that go ahead and they pull their cash out, they pay off debt, and then they buy a less expensive house, and they're in such a better position. And we know we've done a lot of clients like that with you guys. Where do you see the market going in the future?
I think we're going to have what you've heard people say, a more normalized market. I don't think we're going to see the roller coaster ride that we've had previously. And so I'm anticipating that some of the people who have been on the fence about buying are going to come back into the marketplace now that taxes are done, et cetera. They don't have the distractions. Plus, the other thing that's really important is rents are at an all-time high. I saw the
That's great.
statistic, yeah, that 30% of the average person's income is going to rent. That's outrageous.
That's great. And you know what? It's great that you came on the show, and I love your passion about the business, and I like what you bring to the real estate table. And I wanted to say thank you for being on the show. But Mike, I'm looking at the clock, and we are out of time again.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for what you do. I mean, you brought in 4 great people, and I can't thank you enough for being a great host to this show and complimenting it in the way that you do. Santa Clarita, we are out of time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Have a great day.
Furnishings and decor for Real Estate Beat with Gene Bleeker, provided by local staging and design company Style My Space. Whether you're staging to sell or dwell, give Santa Clarita's #1 design resource a call today.